Hey guys, it has been one full week since patch 8.3 has released, so this is going to be the first mailbox opening of patch 8.3. Today is Tuesday, the first Tuesday, so the raids come out today. I believe only heroic and normal though, so not mythic. In terms of the gold that we spent during the week, we ended off the last video at 224,000 gold, and it has finally been just one single week between this video and the last. Usually there would be like 2 weeks or like a week and a half between the videos, and I felt like that made it a little bit more confusing, so we're finally actually making it to 1 week between this video and the last. So in that 1 week we are down to 103,000 gold. So we spent 121k within the week on like investments for crafting and just anything else that I would spend gold on. So we have to earn 121k, and then everything after that will be profit. There is a mailbox bug right now that I think is happening to most people. It has affected me to where if you sell something that's a stackable item, it does not give you the gold in the mail, but it does still sell the item. Blizzard has said that they are tracking all of the data, they have it all saved on their systems. It's just that the mail is taking a long time to get to us for some reason. I don't have no idea why. It's not instant, but I haven't got that gold yet. It has affected me 100% because, like, say on my blacksmith, which we'll be taking a look at his sales, I make like model hardened stirrups and I make model hardened hoof plates, and I make 20 at a time. Every time I only keep a stock of 20 in my bags at all times, and one day I would receive my mail back, you know, my expired auctions, and I would only get 5 back, and then I would just like wait another day because I didn't know about the bug at the time, and I still didn't receive the last 15. I thought it just ate my 15 model hardened stirrups, but it is sold. It's just that we haven't received the mail yet, so that is a bug if you guys did not know. It's pretty obvious now because it's all over the Blizzard launcher and the main page when you log in and stuff like that, so most people probably already know about that. But just keep in mind that this has affected me, so I will most likely be receiving more gold next week or whenever they fix it, and I'm going to receive less gold this week because it's not showing up, even though I did make the sales. So that's also a disclaimer for this video as well, that we're not going to get everything we sold in the last week, and that's fine. And this being my gatherer, selling mostly stackable items, we don't have a lot to collect. So, as you can see, exactly a week ago, because the first day it was fine, but then they did a hotfix for the auction house because you couldn't sell like more than one item at once. You had to sell items individually if they weren't stackable, and there was like a lot of bugs the first day of patch 8.3, and they did a hotfix, and right after that hotfix is when it happened. And look at this. It is like dead on point. 1 week ago, the first day was the last time I sold anything on this character. So I don't know how much gold we're going to get next week, because we're going to have that week's worth of sales plus the sales from this week apparently, because I didn't receive anything. So just a measly 2.2k to collect on the gatherer. A majority of it is just coming from the Serenite bars. Serenite bars are easy to make if you are a miner. That's one of the things that I recommend in almost every single one of these videos so far, is if you need quick gold, go out and farm in Winter Grasp, because a lot of people for some reason love Serenite and it sells pretty quickly. So let's collect this 2.2k and be sad because we made sales this week. I don't know what I've sold because I don't keep track of everything, but we have definitely made a sale this week. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the sales that my blacksmith has made. But this being my example that I was talking about, remember, I do not have any sales on like my model hardened stirrups, the hoof plates and stuff like that, and they sell fast, they sell a lot, and they sell for quite a bit. I think they sell for like 600 to 700 each on my server. So I'm probably missing a lot of gold on my blacksmith that I just haven't kept track of. But there is gold missing, so just keep that in mind. However, even though we haven't received any gold from any stackable items, let's look at this. 104k in sales this week. It is the biggest single opening we have had so far in this entire series, and only in 20 mails. Take a look. It is, see, look at 23 days exactly is the last time I received gold for a stackable item. It's crazy. But either way, if you take a look, it is just gear. people are loving gear right now, so it's a lot of gear selling. It's both Notorious gear, which is the 370 from patch 8.2, which is outdated now. Look at this, they're still selling for 7.6k. This was just today. I sold an outdated craftable item. And also, the Uncanny gear, which is the new patch 8.3 gear, is selling once again like hotcakes. I am on a medium pop server, so keep that in mind. If you're on a high pop, you're probably selling so much more. But I'm assuming that my like what they sell for is a little bit more, but just at a much less volume. So the biggest thing that I did sell was a Notorious Combatants deck pounder, or Uncanny Combatants deck pounder, and that sold for 15k. But a lot of it is between like 1 to 10k. So they're not selling for like 20k at all, but they're still selling quite well. And so this means that even though it's patch 8.3, do not stop crafting your Notorious gear from patch 8.2. Don't neglect that gear because it is still selling as well, very, very fast. So just make both. It's a lot of expulsum, and believe me, I've been feeling that expulsum grind. But if you make both sets, you're gonna be selling a lot of armor and weapons. But either way, let's collect this 104k. In just, like, I wish we could see the stackable items. I wish we could see all of my stirrups that have sold and stuff like that, so we could see, like, really how much I made from blacksmithing this week. So 104k, to me, that's great. I wasn't fully prepared for patch 8.3, and we didn't even have a lot of gold to work with to, like, invest for patch 8.3, so I'm very happy with the results we have gotten. And I sold almost my entire inventory, even all the Notorious gear from patch 8.2. I almost sold all of it, so I need to just make more and more. So moving over to my Leatherworker, I have no idea how many Drums of Fury I have sold since the patch, and we're not going to be able to know. And sadly, my Leatherworker only has about, again, 2k to collect, mostly because the Drums of Fury I can't see because I haven't received the mail yet for the gold that they have sold for. And also, not all of my characters were as lucky as my blacksmith. I had only saved up 110 or 120 marks of honor for patch 8.3, and it was definitely not enough. I think I might even have like 140 marks of honor, but getting every single recipe to rank 3 from patch 8.3 on my blacksmith, it was so many marks of honor that most of my other characters didn't receive any marks of honor, which is quite sad. So I haven't really been crafting any of the Uncanny gear on my Leatherworker because it is like 7 expulsum a piece, which is still super profitable. It's just a lot of time crafting and scrapping, which currently I'd rather just try to maybe farm the marks of honor instead, and you know, do it that way instead of crafting more tight spray linen bracers. I think it'd be a more fun use of my time. So that's just the sad reality of it. I don't have any Uncanny gear on the Leatherworker. I should probably do it. Seeing my blacksmith making 100k in a week, I should have just bit the bullet and like did a lot of AFK scrapping time. But yeah, it's like 7 expulsum for every single piece. You got 2 sets on the Leatherworker because you got the leather set, you got the mail set, you got the bow. So it would have just been hundreds of expulsum. So yep, 2k this week. Next week we're going to receive a bit more just because of the stackable items that we can't see yet. And yeah, let's move on to the next character. So moving on to my tailor. My tailor is definitely the one that has spent the most this week. Once again, just to make so many bracers for the expulsum that I've needed. Yeah, I've purchased so much tight spray linen. I don't know how much it is. I know some people spend like 50k a day of tight spray linen, but I think I'm up to 50k for the week for my medium pop servers. So that's a lot for me. I was doing maybe like 1k a week or something before when I was doing it super like casually with just one character. But yeah, needing all the expulsum this week has definitely ramped up my gold spendage. But taking a look at what the tailor has sold, pretty much nothing. Once again, my tailor does not have the luxury of my blacksmith. I had no marks of honor for my tailor to get all the Uncanny gear. I think I only did the cloak, and I haven't sold a cloak this week. Apparently no one needed the cloak. I thought the cloak would have been the smartest because every character uses a cloak. whereas like if I bought a cloth piece, like only the clothies wear this. So I don't know. I guess it was bad logic. I thought it was good logic. But taking a look at everything here, it's just all old world stuff from crafting. And the most expensive thing that I sold was a failed cloth hood from Classic, and it sold for 2k before the auction house cut. So yeah, nothing really on the tailor as well. I really wish I was stocking up on the uncanny gear. I'm just gonna do that after this video, to be honest. I'm just gonna spend the 7 expulsum per craft or whatever it is at rank 1. But yeah, let's move on to the next character. We are now on my Inscriptionist. We skipped over the Alchemist because I didn't make any sales on my Alchemist this week. I saved all of my potions and flasks for today. They are posted up right now, and we will see what I sell for the raids by next week in the next video. So we're going straight to the Inscriptionist. This guy, he makes me happy now. He makes me happy now. Look at this, 78,000 gold this week, and we don't even see the sales from the contracts and the war scrolls or anything like that. I don't think I've been keeping track if I've been selling them, to be honest. I might be out of like a specific war scroll or a contract. I need to get on that. But either way, if we take a look here, I've just been selling so many trinkets this week, and I did sell a Notorious offhand that I had. So that was 18k right there. But then all of these trinkets, the Highborn Compendiums, I think I'm crafting them at rank 2. I don't know if they have ranks or not. Maybe not. But if I do... Okay, so they don't have ranks. So I'm just crafting those up, one of each, and they are selling pretty much almost one a day. So yeah, that's the majority of the sales of this guy. Look at that, 78k in 10 mils. We're doing a lot more this week. It's mostly just gear though. People need gear. People are coming back to the game, and they need gear for all their alts that they're trying to get through these horrific visions through. Yeah, that's why even the Notorious gear is selling, I believe, because it's just people coming back to the game, and they're just probably getting the cheapest they can find that has good stats. They don't really care for the 30 eye level difference. I don't know, but I don't question why things sell. I just know that they sell. So that's a very nice 78k for the week on the Inscriptionist. He has been ramping it up week by week. I'm so happy with him now. But either way, let's check out the sales on the next character. Moving on to the Jewel Crafter. Jewel crafting is probably the worst profession this patch because the new gear from this patch does not even have sockets on them. So even though I can't see what I'm selling in terms of stackable items because we haven't received those mails yet, I don't even think I am selling any gems at all. So yeah, but still, this is the best week that my Jewel Crafter has seen because of gear. Once again, just crafted gear right now is selling like crazy. So I'm selling the eye level 300 rings now. I didn't even see these before, to be honest. I kind of skimmed right over them because they were such a low eye level and they're also blue. But these are actually purple when you craft them and they become 310 eye level. And I'm only crafting them at rank 2. But even then, I've sold, what, 3? So one of each. Actually, there's 4 versions you can craft. But I've sold 3 of the 4 versions already. And I sold an uncanny combatant staff, which is the new 8.3 staff, for 30k. I just posted that. I think that was, yeah, that's the first day. Tuesday of patch 8.3, and I was deciding what I should post the staff at because there was no other staffs on the auction house. It's a medium pop server. There's not a lot of competition here. I own most of the markets that I'm in, so I just said 30k. Let's see, and it sold. That is the only one that I have sold though. I haven't sold another staff, so they might be a little too expensive. I might have to lower the price since I did only sell one the entire week, and it was probably someone that just wanted the eye level right away. But I also sold some rings that were eye level 300, and we got 33k, which is once again the most this character has ever made. So yeah, a pretty good week for crafting gear. Now to the final mailbox opening of the video. We are on my Transmog character. I still do not have my 110 Twink Druid up to where I want it for transmog farming, so I still have not done a single minute of transmog farming since the first video of this series. But still, to this day, over a month later, we are making some sales on transmog. So we got 41.2k on the transmog character. Transmog did get a buff this patch technically, because it is a lot easier for everyone that plays the game to search for transmog that they don't currently own, which makes transmog, the sell rates just kind of, in terms of what they were at, it does kind of make their sell rates skyrocket, because you used to have to use add-ons to see what you didn't have and stuff like that. So making it default for everybody in the entire game has definitely made a boost in sales to my transmog. And I mean, it's even some stuff like the formula enchant weapon, lesser elemental, so even enchants and stuff are selling. Still, patterns, look at this. I got a few patterns here that are selling. A schematic for 7k. So not only transmog is selling, but either way, there's just a lot here. Like, I sold Dokebi bracers. Those are bracers for 7k. It's just because someone ticked the box and they said, oh, I don't have this, let me buy this because I have the money. They're bracers. They probably are never going to see them. The schematic for 7k, the enchant weapon for 5k, glimmering mail leggards for 6k. I think those come from Wailing Caverns, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Satyr's Rod, that comes from, not Dire Maul, Mardon. The Hulking Cloak for 1k, Black Forge Cape for 3k. Once again, the bracelet for 7. Consortium Hood. That sounds like it's from BC. That might be from the farm I did to get friendly, exalted with Stormwind on my transmog character. Imposing Bandana. No idea where that comes from. Maybe Zulfaric. If it's random, it's probably from Zulfaric, because everything comes from Zulfaric. But that's a lot of stuff for quite a bit of gold. So 41k this week on the transmog character. I think that's better than last week, which is good, because once again, I haven't farmed any more transmog. If I was farming transmog every single day and I had fresh transmog on the auction house and also just a lot more transmog, we would probably be cranking out so much gold on this character. I just really need to get on getting my 110 Twink Druid up to par with what I want it to be at. But taking a look at the entirety of all the gold we have collected for today, we started this week at, I think it was 103k gold, and last week we ended at 224k. So we need to make 121k this week. Obviously we've done that. You don't need to do any kind of complicated math to figure that out. So let's see exactly how much we have profited. We are now up to 366k. So that means even though we haven't received a single mail for stackable items, so next week, I'm really excited for next week if it's the bug is fixed by next week, because we're gonna make so much gold. But even then, just through crafted gear, that's it, just crafted gear and some transmog, we have made 263k, the biggest week so far of the video series. Not as much as most people that are on like high pop servers, but for being as unprepared as I was and as little as I play, I feel like we did very, very, very well. And it's nice to see characters with over 100k on like multiple characters. It feels good. So in total, we have profited 142k, because we ended last week at 224k. So we collected 263k, and we have profited 142k, which is a lot of profit. I'm quite happy. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm really excited for whenever the bug with stackable items is fixed, because I want to see all the stuff I've been selling. I have no idea what I've been selling, to be honest. Like, I don't keep track of things that much because I don't play a lot. But another thing I want to talk about is I do want to try to get cooking leveled up on a character. I don't know what class to put it on, though, to be honest. If there is like a class that's best to put cooking on, let me know in the comments below. I know spare part farming is really good for cooking, so maybe whatever the best class for spare part farming in Mechagon, whatever class is the best at doing that, maybe let me know that class, because that might be the best to put cooking on, because that's a soulbound item. That is just what I would assume. So that's why I wanted to mention it, because I do have a question for you guys about that. So I do want to get cooking up, because cooking seems like it's just something I'm missing out like a lot of gold on. So maybe we will boost our gold income even more next week. It depends if I get cooking leveled up this week or not. So definitely let me know the class in the comments below so I can get working on that, because I just don't know who to put it on. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time.